Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 5 of Shattered. Episode 95 of Shattered Earth. In the previous episode, you guys continued to squash bugs, playing Exterminator throughout the city, closing bug holes, saving people, clearing out churches. Two of you are currently inside of Cathedral to Kavir, which is currently partially on fire.
Hey, there's three of us. Fuego's a valuable member of this team.
Yeah, but he's
Indeed.
So, and two of you are outside, dealing with the remainder of the bug invasion, essentially. And so we're going to pick up there today. Let's go ahead and swap over to combat music first of all, because we're still in combat. And we'll also swap over to the streets map. Okay, Lemuel, 'tis your turn, starting up first here. You still got one guy in particular that's chasing you down. The mind bug is, in fact, trying to think mean thoughts at you. He's giving off bad vibes that are literally psychically hurting you. No, I should probably also do that. That might help. Okay. This is, I forget what round this is. This is round 4 of Enlarge, I think, if we're keeping track.
I thought it was 5.
I don't know. You guys have a... If you have your own tracker for it, then be my guest. I thought we were on 4, because you did like one round enlarged in the back alley, and then you squeezed through the thing, and then you did one round on the hole. So this would be 4, as far as I know. Unless I'm missing one extra one.
Yeah, I'll take your word for it.
Alright, you are currently flying. You're about halfway up the building there. If you wanted to get up on the roof, you gotta go up another 15 feet. Or you can scooch around the corner. Your choice. Okay. Let's see. So, yeah, that'll be 30. Bonus action dash means you go another 30 if you want. Moving as fast as your little winged boots allow. No, you see nothing back there. You see what is the remains of someone's picnic back there that's been overturned in the invasion. As far as enemies go, though, you do not see any. Somebody got ants in their picnic. Sure. Triple dash is a thing. You can use your action to dash again, giving you another 30 feet. Fly around the side of the building. And that'll be action, bonus, and movement, so that'll go to Strollvan as soon as you're done moving here. What are you doing, Strollvan?
This will be the fourth round. I'm closing the hole.
Cool. So the hole with your move earth has now been shut. You can go ahead and just delete that off the map. Delete the other ones too that have been closed just for funsies. Okay. So that hole is officially sealed.
Taking my movement over here. That'll be my turn.
Okay. Owl. We'll do owl things. You go ahead and move them wherever you need to do and do what you need to do with the owl.
Owl's over here, flying about, try to see any hostiles.
Does not see any hostiles for now. It does note to you that the back of the church is on fire, but...
What is this thing?
Hold on, I'm on a different map. What is what thing?
I'm pinging it.
Hold on. Do it again. I'm very
Go straight south from the church.
That is the remaining Thrycreen mystic that has been harassing Lemuel this whole time.
So wouldn't my owl see it?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
He would also alert you that the back of the church is on fire. So, two things. Part of me wants to give the owl a really harsh Brooklyn accent, but I'm not going to.
Do it.
He flaps over to the front of the church, does a scan. Hey boys, the church is on fire, and also there's a mantis back here. Fucking next up would be Fuego. We go to the inside of the church. He's got it's kind of cramped in here, and a lot of stuff is on fire. There is a door at the back of the church that is unopened so far.
Let's see. The door. Salvar's the only one here with the key, so Fuego will hold his action and do a move once Selra has opened the door.
Okay. In that case, Selra will be up next.
Move up. Open the door.
The door is super locked. You kind of jimmy the handle. Also, the handle super hot to the touch. You are going to take some
Does the
damage.
door have a key?
The door to the back definitely does have a key. You can use the key on the door to open it. Give me 1 second. You're taking some damage for touching the doorknob after you use the key on it. You'll take 1 point of fire damage as you unlock and then quickly open the door. Inside, once you open the door, you see two individuals facing off against each other. One familiar from a vision that was seen by chance many months ago. This serpentine humanoid creature, completely jet black scales, hooded like a cobra, completely dressed in black armor, that is currently on fire. You see his whole person is covered in these like dull, almost like brownish flames that are circling him and kind of creating a little bit of like a fire tornado around the lower half of his body. You see behind him a serpent made entirely of flame, kind of slithering in a figure 8 around his head, just kind of slightly floating around him. Toward the opposite end of the room from you, you see a heavily armored knight, slender, with metal wings protruding from their back, and a metal face mask covering their identity. Standing guard, slightly injured, in front of another locked door. She's wielding, I think it's a greatsword? Longsword. She's wielding a longsword in 2 hands, taking up a defensive posture, and is speaking to this creature in Celestial. I don't know if you understand Celestial. I know Chance does. I don't know if Selra does.
1 minute. I severely doubt it, but 1 minute. Nope.
Yeah, so you don't understand what she's saying, but Chance, you hear, as soon as the door opens, yelling in Celestial reaches your ears, and it takes you a minute because your brain has to translate all of this in the middle of a firestorm, but essentially says, "You will not come any closer. I will defend them with my last breath, creature."
Now, just to make sure I remember right. Oh, sorry. Good.
To which an infernal, another voice that you can't. Can you see him from where you're at, Chance? Can you see him up at the top there?
I see this fucker and I see the fire.
Yeah.
Fire.
So, you see the black serpentine figure, kind of give like a head roll and like stretch of the shoulders, put a hand out and say, "You will not escape us this time, Empyrean." Yep.
Now, as a quick statement, these guys are familiar to me. Like, I know them.
Oh yeah, this is Gyrasss. This is one of the high-ranking members of the Black Circle.
Yeah. Chances, because talking's a free action, doesn't be on my turn. Chance gonna call out, "Hey, fucker, remember me?" And then the held action that Fuego had goes off.
Okay, well, he does not have a whole lot to do because Selra is standing in the doorway currently, so...
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, friendly space is just difficult terrain.
I know, but it's also difficult terrain to squeeze through shit, too, so... You're gonna be able to get, like, barely anywhere.
Let's see. Yeah, because that'd be, 20 feet there, just to get here?
Yeah, I'm gonna say because Selra's in the doorway, you're gonna have to wait till she moves somewhere.
Alright.
It's it's because you'd have to squeeze through a small space anyways. Like, she's standing right there. You can't move through it at the moment.
Alright, fair enough. I won't contest it.
So wait until her turn is done, and then we'll see where things end up.
I'm gonna fly. First thing first, I'm gonna reactivate my rage. Just so that's up.
Okay.
And then gonna go over here. And fuck it. I'm gonna drink the potion of speed.
Okay. Sounds
And
good
then-
to me.
Because I'm now hasted, I'm gonna make a single attack.
Okay, so a couple things happen. First of all, since you moved within a certain radius of the fire that is coiled around this snake-like individual, you will take 4 points of fire damage.
Is that halved already?
No, half to 2.
Okay.
Let's see.
Okay.
And then you got to make your attack.
Okay.
20. A 20 will hit. So that would be 20 points of damage. Let's see.
Okay.
So 20 points of damage there. And then because you hit him, you will take another 2d8 fire damage. This and this. That's another 8 points of fire damage, reduced to 4.
Got it.
And he has to make a concentration check for one of his spells. He's good. That's 18 plus stuff.
So that's an extra 4 damage? I'm sorry?
Yeah, another 4.
Okay.
So it was 2 and then 4, so a total of 6. And then because you end your turn within 5 feet of him, you will take an additional 1 point of fire damage.
Okay.
He's got a bunch of protective magical fire that is lashing out like serpents at you, even as you're making your attacks.
Well, 20 is shitty and stuff. God damn. Oh, there you go.
Isn't it? Now let me go ahead and get.
I believe that now of the held action goes off.
Oh, sorry.
Now that Sora's out of the doorway.
Why? What the fuck?
That's
Is this a
PG.
different guy? Hold on, sorry.
So I was just making sure you heard me because there was no reaction. Like, oh wait, shit.
I'm trying to roll initiative for Gyrasss, but it's not letting me roll initiative for him for some reason. Hold on. You know why? Because there's 2 people. Maybe now it'll do it? There we go. Okay. There's no reason to make that titchy now. Okay, and there's that, and then what does this thingy do? Sorry, I want to make sure I'm rolling initiative for everybody, getting them on the map here. Shares your initiative count, takes its turn immediately after yours. Okay, fantastic. And then I need to get the Imperial Knight on board as well. Okay. So let's go. Organized Descending, and let's go back to Selra. Okay. So that should have been Selra's turn, I believe. I'm going to take the Acolyte and the other guy off the board. So they do not have a reason to be here anymore. They're going to go do other shit in the back of the church that are not part of this fight. And I'm going to move the throw crane as well. I'm just going to say that all the enemies go on Gyras's turn now. Okay. Chance, what are we doing? I completely forgot what you literally just said.
I'm assuming Fuego gets to
Oh yeah, sure.
do his.
Yeah, his reaction can go into the thing. Now, he moves within
Yep.
certain distance of him, so he's going to take
Now, this is actually a relevant question because they share life total. Does Chance's fire resistance come into play here at all?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, because it's your health bar. So 7 points of fire damage reduced to 3.
All right. Chance is going to move here.
Okay.
That
That is
question?
also within 10 feet of him. You're going to take an additional 2 points of fire damage.
That prior to having or after?
After having. I rolled a 5, so half to 2.
All right, so I have to ask, does this guy have the funny glowing symbol on his forehead that Chance also has?
He does not, no. Also, I need you to roll concentration checks for whatever concentration spell you've got going on right now.
Oh, yeah, that's specifically, this is
Dragon
Breath
Breath,
still.
yeah. 2 of those. Great, you're fine.
Yeah. Now, the reason I ask is because summoners have that mark that's visible even through helmets.
Correct. He is not a summoner. He is a wildfire druid.
Okay.
Hence all the flames.
He does want to set the world on fire.
Mm-hmm. Also, hence all the giant holes in the ground. Shape change is a bitch sometimes.
All right. Chance is going to say, I've been waiting for this. And let me just check my ranges here to make sure I have the right idea. Let's see.
Set
Perfect.
value.
Do you see that, VG, or
Yeah, I
that
see.
a valid
10,
targeting for
10-foot radius circle, yeah.
Chance going to cast Flame Strike,
Okay.
and as a bonus action, I'm gonna. Actually, no, I'm not going to. So if he has resistance to fire, go for it.
He currently has immunity to fire. So, the radiant damage will be the only part of this that is going to go through.
Yep. Oh, and he does actually also take 5 cold, because that's applied to all of my spells, I believe.
I think it's only applied to spells that you are currently affiliated
yeah.
with. So the fire damage
Yes, you are correct.
and cold damage are ignored here. The only thing I need to worry about is dexterity saving throws for radiant. So there's the spirit. And then here is Gyrasss. 18.
Yeah, what was that other Empyrean that we ran into before? I don't remember. I didn't write. I think I have his name right now, but I don't have it.
I think he was Jakariel, if I'm not mistaken. There was a list. There was a list of names. I think Jakariel was the one you talked to before. They were called Empyrean Knights, former servants of dead gods.
Now, if I remember right, Jakariel is free, and no one knows where he's at currently. Like he fucked off.
As far as you know, yeah. It's been a long time since you've talked to him or seen him, so who knows? But
Chance to go look at the Celestial lady and say, in Celestial, Jakariel says hi, by the way.
Did you see the helmet like briefly turn in your direction before refocusing on the fight? Okay, cool.
Look,
so that
never
is. Let me
underestimate
do
a
my
morale
damage here.
boost.
So it's going to be with 8 points of radiant to Gyrasss because he made his save, and the wildfire spirit takes full 16 radiant here. Fantastic. He needs to make another concentration check, which he succeeds with flying colors. And anything else on your turn?
Let's see. Do I have anything I can do as a bonus? I don't have any double check things. Nope. That's everything.
Okay. Now, ending your turn within 10 feet of him as well, you're going to take an additional 6 points of fire damage, reduced to 3. I'll need another con save. Outside the building. Back at the top of initiative here. Lemuel, you are up next. Two questions. Shoot. The cathedral is far taller than every other building in town. But far and away dominates the height of every other building in the city. The tallest point is the kind of chunk of spire at the front of it, over here. That's going to be, let's say 60 feet in the air. To get up to like where the belfry is. If you want to go up to the very, very, very top, it's another, like, I would say 20 feet above that, so 80 feet total. The lower rooftop that takes up most of the rest of the cathedral is about, let's say, 50 feet. Even that is larger than, or taller rather, than every other building around you. Every other building is roughly between 20 and 30 feet tall. Sorry, 20 and 35 feet tall. It's not a big step. It's like maybe 5 feet off the ground. It's like stairs leading up to it from the front. And then you see your Mantis buddy down here. The one who's been shooting at you. He didn't get a turn last turn because I removed him from initiative. I'm going to have them all go on Gyrasss' turn now. We'll say there was a held action until he saw one of you again, and he's going to move 30 feet up here. Doing lots of measuring. Are you going down to land on the platform, or are you staying 15 feet in the air? Okay. Staying right where you are. What is the play? You are exactly 60 feet from him, but that's only laterally, so yeah, it'll be a little bit further. Sure, that'll work. Make your attack roll. This is the part in Baldur's Gate where you click Ignis because you have nothing better to do on your turn. And every character knows Firebolt for some reason. I'm gonna have to go into Baldur's Gate and make all your characters. Have to do the character creator 8 times. Yeah, 26 definitely gonna hit for 5, sure. Firebolt goes rocketing across the courtyard and slams into the mantis creature, who is now hurrying to try and get to cover. He's kind of running across the courtyard trying to get into some cover from you, so he can attack you from afar. Anything else on your turn? I believe you have bonus action things, right? If you want to use them. That'll put you at 45 feet now. Cool. Alrighty. Stick you up there. Strollvan, you are up next.
Still not within reach.
Nah, quite. But you are a wizard. I'm sure you can get something going on.
I cast Firebolt.
I didn't say how weak the fucking mantis was. I said I cast Firebolt. Yeah, Ray of Frost 16 certainly hits. Go ahead and roll me damage.
Ignore the 2.
Yeah, so the 2 is from something else. So 9 points of cold damage, and his speed is reduced by 10 feet.
Bully the mantis, bully him.
Go ahead and...
I got nothing for bonus action and my turn.
show thing. I'll just... Oh, that's prone. Where's there? Broken shin. Okay, back indoors. Inside the church.
Snowy's gonna give me advantage.
On its turn, yeah. Sounds good. You move it over. That's fine.
Yep.
The way
Oh
I
my
don't
god,
have to, the
we're
way I
getting
don't have to move
fire and
maps.
ice out here.
I know, literally. Okay. What do Empyrean Knights do? Let's see. First of all, this should be injured. Yeah, sure. Okay.
Would the sudden exposure to hot and cold, make this carapace crack? I'm just saying,
It seems to be doing quite a bit of damage. Although, I mean, not as much damage as if you were right up in his face, but still. It's not looking too hot. It's definitely a bloodied mantis at this point. Oh, sick. That's awesome. Okay. So, what she's going to do is she's going to flap her steel wings, fly over to here, and then, I'm sorry. Where, fuck, goddammit. To there, 15 feet, and then make 2 attacks. So, longsword attacks here. Natural 1, unfortunate. So that's going to be reaction attack from Gyrasss and the Fire Serpent at the same time. I don't think he has used one yet. I'm just going to slash him up like this. 9 points of slashing there. His shit doesn't give him additional damage to his attacks, does it? I don't think it does. No, only if people hit him. Also, because she moves within a certain radius of him. Oh no, she was already within the radius, so that's fine. Never mind that. Then, in that case, Fire Serpent will get its attack. We'll go Let's see, this has to be done at disadvantage because it's a ranged attack technically. A 17 does not hit. The second longsword attack, that 24, is going to hit the Fire Serpent, though. Which means it's going to take 18 points of damage total. And then she flies back, and she has flyby, so they don't get additional attacks of opportunity, even though they both used it already. Cool, and that'll be her turn. Owl gives advantage outsword, and then it is Gyras's turn. She also ends her turn within 10 feet of him, so she's going to take 2 points of fire damage for that. Okay.
By the way, did Gyrasss say anything when Chance called him out, for the record? Or is he about to say something now?
No, I mean, he probably heard it off in the distance and then immediately was surrounded by a bunch of new enemies here, so...
Fair enough.
Boy, oh boy. Okay, what can we do here? 10, up to 10 10-foot cubes. Sounds good.
Oh god.
Where's my measurement tool? So, oops, Jesus. Not from the center, please. From the corner. Nope. Okay. 10-foot cube there. 10-foot cube here. 10-foot cube here. Firestorm. Dexterity saving throws from everybody in that room.
Let's see, do I just check see if I have a reaction here that matters? Just double check something.
Oh, do you got counterspell?
I don't have counterspell. That's not even on my list. I wish it was.
Unfortunate.
I'm gonna check see if I have any other reactions that might matter.
$19 is a success.
I can only take that damage once, correct?
Correct, but you still have to make the save to see which is the higher amount.
Yep.
In case you
what is-
one of you fails.
What is half of 25?
She has advantage. 19 will also save on that. Half of 25 would be 12.
12.
All right. Okay, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to use the metallic property of my focus. I remembered. I just remembered. I checked it. I'm glad I remembered to check it. So
Okay.
I will give.
The Empyrean Knight already has advantage on the saving throw, and Selra has already gotten theirs done. So this would be on Fuego.
Or
yourself.
myself. I'm going to give it to myself because I have a better chance off because I have a +3 as opposed to his +1.
Ba-doom-tsh.
Haha. Success.
Fantastic.
Success.
Great. Cool. So 25 points of fire damage to you then.
Then cut in half to 12.
Yeah. And then concentration check. Yeah, you're fine. Sick. Alright. Big Bag of Fire spell is cast. Can he do anything else on his turn? Has he got bone reflections and things? No. Not at the moment. Oh, he gets another D8 of damage. Sorry, hold on. Gotta add some shit here. There's another 4, so everyone adds 2 points of damage to their whatever total they took.
So I'd only take an additional 1. Because it'd be halved and halved again.
Yeah.
Same here. So,
Well, I rolled a 4, so halved would be 2, and then halved would be 1. Correct. Okay. Yeah, forgot about wildfire shit. Gives him an extra D8 to things. Okay. I think that's it for his turn. I don't think he can do anything else. So it'll be the Flame Serpent's turn next. The Wildfire Spirit is going to teleport itself and Gyrasss slightly over to the back of the room.
They can do that?
Yeah, it's got a fiery teleportation, which also does damage. So, dexterity saving throw again from, let's see, from 5 speed. So, Fuego and Selra.
No, just Selra. Because it says 5 feet of space the spirit left. It doesn't count for Gyrasss.
Oh. Yep, sure. That works. So, yeah, just Selra.
If I can fit one button to press, that'd be amazing.
10, that's a failure.
So 3
Oh.
damage.
What do you have advantage?
Danger Sense Barbarian.
Yeah, that's right. You're correct. Cool. So, yeah, only 3 points of fire damage, but it is 3 points of fire damage. And that'll be the spirit's turn, because that is its one action it gets to do. Okay, sick. Fuego.
All right. He starts within 10. So do the funny aura shit.
Yep. It's going to be 5 halved to 2. Concentration check.
Yes, sir.
You're fine.
All right. Fuego is going to move to here, and Fuego is going to nom 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 the flame spirit. Now, I have to ask, because me and Fuego share attunement slots, we don't share the effects of the items, correct?
Correct, yeah. It matters which item is equipped on who.
Got it. Just double checking to make sure before I say something stupid. Alright, so this will be 3 attacks onto the fire spirit.
Yep.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, they're going to give their reaction attacks against him on that natural one, but 25 is going to hit for 14 points of damage total. Then the natural one misses. The 13 just hits, so that'll be another 12. And then they're both going to take reactions to try and slap you. Disadvantage on the flame seed, 13 to hit, and then Gyrasss with his sword. Disadvantage. Oops. Wait, normal roll. 15 to hit, which probably doesn't hit.
I think that meets beats.
There you go. So 7 points of slashing there, and another concentration check.
Yep.
Okay.
She's going to drop the axe and pull out her pike and slap Fireman 3 times.
Sure, 1 second. 10 points of fire damage halved to 5 for the end of turn roll.
Right.
And then for Selra... No, sorry. Selra, same thing. So 10 points of damage halved to 5 for the start of your turn. Or for moving into 10 feet within your turn.
Yeah. 2. And the fire shield is only within 5 feet, right?
Fire shield is when things hit you. Let's see if it has a range. Hold on. I think it's just when stuff hits you. No, creature within 5 feet of you hits you with a melee attack. So the fire shield itself is going to be only if you're within 5 feet of him. The investiture of flame is constant damage in a radius around him whenever you are entering or stopping your turn.
I'm just 1 minute. I'm debugging my pike because it will die again.
Sure. Also, another concentration check for chance because of the end of turn 5.
I already rolled. That was the third.
Right. What am I doing again? Who am I? Yeah.
Are you smelling burnt toast?
Yes. I have this, like 8 triggers that happen every single time any one of you does a turn.
Vicious bug, but that'll work. Okay, so 1.
This is against Gyrasss, right?
No,
Yes.
fire spirit.
No, it was going against Gyrasss
No.
because of the pike's
Oh, I thought I said fire spirit.
range.
No, I said Gyrasss.
Okay. Okay. I misheard you.
11 certainly does not hit.
Advantage again.
Yeah, that'll do. Natural 20, sure. And then it's a 19. It just hits.
Okay. And I get an extra D10. Because brutal strike.
Sure, that's going to be a
For
chunk
an
of
extra
damage.
6.
Okay, so 16 and 13 is 29. Plus 6 is 35. Plus 13, 48. Plus 6, 54. Great.
And I get an extra. And I get an extra strike because I crit.
Fucking barbarians. That one will miss.
Oh yeah.
And then he needs, let's see, 2 of those hits, so 2 concentration checks. That is 1 success. That is 2 success. Okay. Alrighty. That is ending your turn, yes?
And then I back up from over here. End turn.
Sure. That'll mean you don't take the end of turn damage. Sounds good. Okay. Chance.
Alright, I start my turn within 10, so roll your damage.
5, so half to 2. Concentration.
Now, can that trigger if I re-enter within 10? Or is that just...
It says... And what does it say? Moves within... within range for the first time on a turn or ends its turn there. Takes a D10.
Okay, so me starting here would have procced it, so...
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure. That works for me. This is, what is this? Is it con or is it dex for dragons? I think it's dex, right?
It's dex.
Yeah, okay. He gets to roll advantage. This will be a 19 for him. And 19 for the spirit as well. So double 19s. Dragon's Breath is half on a successful save?
Yes.
So
Yes,
that is
save for half.
13 half to 6 for each of them.
Yep.
Does he have... There's another question. Does he have resistance to cold? He does have resistance to cold. So that's only 3 to Gyrasss.
Yeah. More importantly, though, that puts out some of the fires in the way here, like that one and these ones here.
It does, yes. Give me one moment. I'm going to say it puts out the one on the floor, but the ones behind him are magical in nature, and also I just want the room to look cool, so we're just going to do that.
Yeah.
I need to make
as
another
a bonus
concentration check for him.
Yeah, while you're doing it, as a bonus action, I'm going to use my lifelink ability to heal.
Sure.
For 5.
5 plus con. Yeah, that is your hit roll. Yeah, exactly. Never mind. Okay, yeah, 5 points of damage.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
And then with
Heal
my
that up.
last 5 feet, I'll step back to here, so I'm
Out of the radius.
15 feet away.
Cool. All right, sick. Moving back outdoors in the streets of Oakham, we have. Oh wait, I'm sorry. I forgot about the mantises going on. What's his face's turn? So I'm just going to take their turn now. The mantis is probably more concerned with a big elf running toward it and casting spells at it. So at this point, it's going to do a funny. You're probably going to save from this, but I'm going to try and cast levitate on you. So levitate on Strollvan. Constitution saving throw. DC 14.
I don't think Wardcaster helps me at all.
Oh my god, you just barely made it. Cool. I'm sorry, it can't do that. It says self only on the fucking sheet. I wish I read things correctly, so I can't do that anyway. Never mind. In that case, it's just gonna fucking shoot you. No, it's gonna drain vitality because it's almost dead. So we'll say that Constitution saving throw was for this because it's the same roll.
Okay.
And then you save for half, so that'll be 14 points of necrotic damage to you. And he will regain 14 hit points to himself. And then I'll need you're not concentrating on anything, it's Lemuel that's concentrating on stuff, so you're good.
Yep.
And then I guess for the last thing on his turn, I'll have him go over here and take cover.
Oh, does he have enough speed?
Yeah, it was only like 20 feet.
Okay.
Okay, now top of the turn is Lemuel's turn. So this guy has cover from you currently. Seen to the windows of the church from where you are at. You are almost at the rooftop, so no. The most of the windows are below you. You need to fly down to see through them. And also they're stained glass. So you could try and look through a broken window if you could find a broken window. The windows in the front of the church are currently intact. You did at one point see Thrycreen jump through the side of the building into the church. Yeah, 45 feet up. I'd say you know where he is, but he's ducking down behind a table and chairs, so he's got 3/4 cover from wherever you're at right now. You'd have to be... I'm going to say no. The only way you're getting an angle on him is if you move laterally, or if you move closer. Like, really close, like, get, like, right above him.
It's only one guy. I think I could take care of him. I think they need more help with the church, or you could try to close up that hole, to be honest. That's my, suggestion.
For the record, these guys have been fighting Thrycreen the entire time. I'm just not putting them on the board because we don't need more turns in combat here. Sure, you're probably going to have to dash to get down to it. I am on the wrong measurement here. Yeah. Let's be 30 feet laterally and then at least 40 feet down. So you're going to have to dash to get down to at least like be adjacent to it. If you want to be adjacent to it, I think you can do mold earth from further away. Yeah, it should be fine. Or you could go. So you need to move down at least 15 feet in order to get down to within 30 feet of the ground, so... Yeah, I mean, I think either way you're going to have to dash to get places. To get within range of the hole, you're going to have to at least bonus action dash. It's 20. Yes. I'm not putting them on the board, but yes. All of these guys here, they're all fighting Thrycreen. And they're like poking at them with spears and bashing them with clubs, and they're just kind of attacking them as they come out of the hole. So there's a buildup of bodies happening here. But they've got there's 4 of them there, and they're at a choke point. They've got the situation well underhand for whatever's coming out of that hole, at least for now. Now it's 20 feet laterally to that point. Are you using any additional movement to go down, or are you staying 45 feet in the air? Alright. Strovan will be your turn next, while Lemuel figures out how to do those things.
Lurp.
Gulp.
First one, Booming Blade.
Yep.
So that's 11. So 21 points of damage.
Okay. Alright.
How's he looking?
Almost dead. Sub 20.
Extra attack.
Hits. For
That's
17.
17.
Great. He's got one hit point left.
I'll throw in a Divine Smite, first level.
Great, it dies. Had one hit point left after the Sunblade strike. $4d4 plus 4.
Then I used the rest of my movement to come over here, and that's been 10 rounds, so that means my Blade Song is no longer active.
Alright, Blade Song gone. And it was also, if we're keeping track, round 6 of Enlarge. Okay. I believe that's everything on your turn, yeah?
Yes, sir.
Cool. The Empyrean.
Snowy is gonna go into the chapel.
15 feet over there. Flying into the range of the fire. Is going to take 1 point of fire damage.
Wait, really?
Not you.
Not the owl. I'm doing the Empyrean Knight's turn while you do
Okay.
that. No, all the fires on the front half of the church are extinguished for now. It's the back half of the church that's currently on fire. And then she's going to make 2 attacks. 1, 2. Rolls. 19 will hit. So that hits the Flame Spirit for... And I think it's enough to kill it, right? Yeah, it's over 30. Well, it's 29. Yeah, that's enough to kill the Flame Spirit. So Flame Spirit skewered on the end of the sword, and then with a follow-up attack, she does miss Gyrasss, but the Flame Serpent is now no more, at least for now. And then 15 feet back to her defensive position, which does not provoke opportunity attacks. Owl moves into position. Now, the owl is currently where? Let's see. So it was like behind this Empyrean, right? So the doors are not. I guess they would be open. Flying in. How far in is the owl going?
Just enough to see what the hell is going on in the church.
Okay. So let me drop a token on the other map. There.
I'm assuming you can't show me.
I can't do one and then the other, and also you're not taking an action to see through your familiar's eyes, so.
Fair enough.
I can move you between maps, but I can't give you vision on two maps at the same time.
Sort of omen, give me sight behind sight.
Gyrasss' turn.
That's probably a magic item where like there's a sword that gives you like enhanced vision. That's definitely a thing.
Well, the shield gives you better perception. Sentinel shield does. I don't know if there's a sentinel sword. Pretty sure there's not. Okay. For his bonus action on his turn, he's going to resummon his wildfire spirit. Where are my... There it is. So... Roars back to life. I'll stick it up there. That's fine. Use my firestorms. I don't have that anymore. I do have other shit I can do. Let's see. I think he's got to do damage. He's got to do some damage. We're gonna go ahead and flame strike here. 10-foot radius, 40-foot high cylinder.
Yeah, it's my thing, you fucker. Get your own.
Yeah. Busted. Let's see if I can get it. There we go. That'll do everybody. So that'll be flame strike is dexterity saving throws.
Yeah.
And just for funsies, I'm gonna cast this at level 8.
Yeah, Chance is definitely going to be using his reaction to give himself advantage.
Sure. And it's an additional 1 point of fire damage on top of all that from his fire bond. So
Natural 20.
yeah, that is a save.
Alright, so Chance is the only one who fails, so that's
Period. Got
what's my total?
22. So one failure means it'd be 31 plus 7. 38. 38 points of damage. That'll be, let's see. So it's 22 points of that is fire damage. So 11 points of fire and then 16 radiant.
What was it again? Sorry.
11 points of fire and 16 radiant for a total of 27. After all halving is done for fire resistance.
Alright, so if I remember right, that would put my concentration check at
13.
Nope.
Oh, there goes Dragon's Breath.
How much is that quartered?
I mean quartered. You have fire resistance?
Yeah, because rage.
I know, but where are you getting the... Oh, because you saved on the thing. Well, it's... Okay, so total damage was 37. So 37 halved is 13, halved is 6.
Okay.
say 6 points of damage. Quartering really sucks for him, doesn't it? And then halved of that would be 13 for the Empyrean Knight as well. Which has resistance to fire, which is and immediate. Okay, well, this doesn't do anything to them. Never mind. Fuck. Okay, I had to do separate calculations for the Empyrean Knight because they're immune to radiant and also resistance to fire. So this is fuck damage things. 22 halved, 11 halved again, 5. Okay. Jesus Christ, all these resistances going on. Welcome to high level D&D. Everyone has fucking resistance to everything. Okay. Cool. So that is... I think that's everything that he can do. Move on to the Fire Serpent. Fire Serpent is going to... Let's see. I think it just teleports, right? I think that's just the play. So we'll take both of them and teleport them. Can I get both at the same time, please? No? Okay. Fuck. I'm gonna scoot Fuego back so I can grab both of them at the same time. I gotta go over here. Which means Fuego is the only one making the dex save for the fiery teleport. It's a failure for 10 fire damage, halved to 5.
Getting kind of fucked up.
Yeah. And then... It makes sense for it to move anywhere. No, it kind of wants to stay next to its master for teleportation reasons. I'll scoot it back here so it's in the doorway at least. Okay, that's Gyras's turn, and I gotta remember that that counts for all enemies, so... Bugs outside would do things if bugs outside existed, but they don't anymore. Fuego.
Alright, take the damage from Fire Shield, I assume. I think it's Fire Shield.
No, you're not within 10 feet of him at the moment.
Fuego is.
Oh, Fuego is, yes, correct. Yeah, that's right. It's from Investiture of Flame. That's 3 halved to 1.
Alright, Fuego is going because Fuego can't get to Gyrasss and doesn't want to get blasted by Gyrasss. Fuego is just going to bite the spirit 3 times.
Sure. Those are all going to hit. Armor class of 13 for some reason. Okay, so 7 and 13 is 20, and 2 is 22, and 4 is 26, and 8. It's 34 total. Okay. It's a decent chunk of damage there. Watching the frigid jaws of your altered elemental begin to like wherever he like bites the snake, it like the fire, the glowing of like the scales of the fire serpent dull. It's like quenching hot metal in a cold substance. It just kind of like dulls the glow of the fire underneath it. Does he want to move anywhere?
He can't without leaving engagement and proccing an op attack from the snake.
Well, if he moves back, but I'm asking more if he wants to move like down to this corner here.
I do something.
I don't know.
Actually,
I don't know what tactical advantage that would give you, but that is an option.
Fuego is gonna move back, if only because I need this firing line to be clear, and I know Cello's gonna want to get engaged in melee. So here, give it open for yourself. Roll your op attack.
Sure. Yeah, I don't see why the serpent wouldn't do that. So let's do that. Jesus. Even with disadvantage, still a 22 to hit for 9 points of fire, reduced to 4.
Single digit HP.
Oh, no.
Yeah, baby. Alright, that'll end Fuego's turn. Stelrar's up next.
Sure will.
You're not within 10 feet of him, so...
But, yeah, like,
but if you move closer, you will be.
Just for the record, so I just need this firing line to be clear. Everything else is good.
Okay.
So moving in there will give you 7 reduced to 3.
Okay, then I'm going to swing with the pike.
On which? You can range of both.
The Knight of the Black Circle.
Great.
Because I can't remember his name for the life of me.
Gyrasss. He is on the turn tracker.
I cannot read his name.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Forgot I need to take on like C names. Motherfucker. I am God, I see all. I forget that you lowly mortals cannot see everything as omnisciently as I. Okay, 23 minus 5 is 18, which misses. The 19 just hits, and then that 19 minus 5 misses. So, 27 points of damage here.
Yep.
Gonna go ahead and roll his con save. That is 12 plus stuff, which should be enough. Yes, it is enough. Aiming for a 13, and that will give him 15. Okay.
Okay.
Anything else?
There we go. Move it back there.
Sure.
And turn.
Great. Chance.
Alright, first up, I'm going to take my bonus action.
Getting them low rolls in.
Yeah. Then I'm going to move to here. Actually, it needs to be here for this to work. I'm going to catch them both in a lightning bolt.
Sick. Alright. He has advantage on this. That's a 14. That's not going to make it. And then fire.
And it's going to be at 4th level.
Dexterity. 9. Yeah, no. None of that's going to work.
Ignore that 5, so that's just a 32 damage.
32 damage to both of them. That is a decent chunk, my friend. 32 damage there. Alright. Which sets his save DC at 16. Nope. That's not going to do it. So there goes his Investiture of Flame.
Oh, thank fuck.
Fire shield's still up though, so it's not concentration.
Substantially less of a problem.
Yeah, right.
Alright, Chance is then, because I went from here to here, that's 10 feet, he's going to use the rest of the movement to kind of move back here and duck behind the table for cover, just in case what I think's about to happen may happen.
We shall see.
Because remember, right, cover gives a bonus versus dexterity saves.
Yeah, a little bit of a bonus. Alrighty. Outside the church, Lemuel. What do we got? How far off the ground are you now? You did a bunch of like calculations in the background while I was doing other turns. Great. Okay. Okay. Yeah, should be fine. Alright, so your turn, your action will be to collapse a portion of the tunnel. It'll be 1 out of 4. I'm assuming. Cool. Anything else on your turn, or are you just staying put and collapsing tunnel at this point? I will assume... I'm probably assuming no. I think you're probably just staying put for the next 3 rounds. Sure. Okay. Stroll then. Snowy's inside the church. I'm bleeding one for this map here. Fuck. Well, I forgot that he's...
That's fine. Church... The hole has Mulder 3 times now, or...
So he's done it once up here. He didn't use it the last turn. And he's already collapsed the southernmost end, so you gotta get a little closer.
That's still 30 feet. I could reach anyway.
Sure, yeah. You must have measured from the previous, from one of the lower squares in your massive form.
Mold Earth.
Yeah, works for me. Okay, so that's 2 out of 4 done.
Yep, that's my turn.
Great.
And my bird is going to see what the fuck is going on in the church.
Let's just say the bird goes after your turn, since I deleted its initiative on accident.
The bird does go after my turn.
Well,
it's 1913.
Yeah, but the Empyrean Knight technically would go before it if it's inside the church now. But we'll just say Snowy takes its turn now. How fast can it fly? 60 feet?
60 feet, I believe.
So 120 would be flying through the air. Can it telepathically communicate with you if it is inside a building?
Technically, as long as it's in the same plane of existence.
What's the range on it, though?
1 mile.
Oh, well, it should be fine then.
That's one of the reasons why familiars make a good scout.
Yeah. What would it know to? It is now. Can you throw the spell in chat for me, please, so I can read it?
What spell?
Find familiar.
Oh, jeez.
Okay. Familiars within 100 feet of you, you can communicate with it telepathically. So no, not 1 mile. It is 100 feet.
Okay, in that case, it's gonna stay within 100 feet and tell me whatever the hell I see.
I think it's... Well, in that case, it can't. It doesn't see anything just yet. So you're like, I don't know, out here somewhere. You're in this general vicinity. So he's like,
we ain't found shit.
Man, we ain't found shit. So if he's staying within 100 feet, he basically is getting towards the back of the main hallway, but all he sees is a bunch of dead Thrycreen and a bunch of burned furniture from where he's at. But if he goes any further, you'll lose connection with him.
One thing that probably everyone saw, because like lightning bolt travels far, it may have fucking busted outside somewhat. So that
from your angle, it slammed into the wall next to the door.
There.
Yeah. In older versions of D&D, it would have bounced off the wall, and we would have to calculate reflections. So no thank you.
Oh no!
Thank God for that.
Yeah. Fuck that shit. I already do enough math as it is. Arithmetic's hard.
Mathematical, dude.
Alrighty. Empyrean Knight. Doing its flyby. Scooting up there. Has not hit Gyrasss in a while, so if it does, it's going to take some damage, but we'll see how it goes. The 12 misses the snake. 24 will hit Gyrasss, though, for 34 points of damage. Okay. She is going to take fire shield damage. That is 10, reduced to 5. And then back to flyby position.
How hurt does Gyrasss look?
He's actually looking pretty hurt right now. He is not doing super hot. He just took a heavy blow from the angel. He was not counting on you guys getting back here in time. So having a ton of you in one area is causing him some agita. Well, his concentration is freed up at the moment.
I don't like the sound of that.
None of us do.
Have you tried gagging him? Seriously, just grapple and gag him.
I think that'll work. Pretty sure that'll work. Let me draw this area. It was that, right? Or was it this? No, it was this. 10-foot radius? Yeah. He is going to cast Wall of Fire and encircle all three of you. Cooking you alive. Making the microwave. So that is each creature within its area. So that would be everybody. Dexterity saving throws. Actually, technically it's only
Yeah, because
Chance and Fuego.
oh, in fairness, that's not where Chance is. He's behind. He's right like around there, but I couldn't move him. The token wouldn't let me put him there.
I mean, you could go. Like if he's closer to the table, then that would have been a more appropriate spot.
Okay, fair enough. Because he was using because he was like under the table. He's moving. He had gotten positioned himself at the table to use that as cover from. Because he's very fucking hurt.
That's fine. Fuego still needs to make the save though.
Yeah.
So Silra is fine. You don't have to. You're not in the area of the fire. The fire's not like the flames that are encircling you. It's the ongoing fire damage. That you need to worry about. 18. Yeah, what is his spell save DC? I'm just gonna cast it. 4th level. Yeah, 18. Yeah, we'll beat it. Yeah. So that is 11 halved to 5.
And then halved again to 2.
No, because it's 23 halved to 11 halved to 5.
Oh, okay.
And actually,
so
hold on.
take this damage?
Sorry, it's actually 29, so that would be 14 halved to 7. Make sure we do that correctly. And his concentration is up again.
Is Sarah taking this damage?
Not the initial, no. If you end your turn within there, you have to make you're going to take damage. I think it does automatic, right?
Okay.
Yeah. And then you take the same damage when you enter the wall for the first time or end your turn there. So, he's banking on the fact that if you run through the fire, you're going to take some damage.
Got it.
Do I take damage if I don't leave too, or?
Yeah, because you're within 10 feet of the wall. You have to. If you end your turn within 10 feet of the edge of the wall, then you're taking damage, which is it's a 10-foot radius circle. So everything in there, if you end your turn inside of there, is taking that damage.
All right, then I got to use my exit strategy to avoid dying here.
Yeah. So that's his spell for the turn. The Fire Serpent is gonna go next.
Celera, how healthy are you looking, for the record?
I'm at 60.
Okay. Keep in mind that you can't see this, but the snake is going to teleport both of them so that Gyrasss has cover on its turn. And then it's going to move itself so that it also has cover. Okay.
I call bullshit on that snake.
Wildfire spirits, baby. I think that's their turn. I don't think they can do quite anything else. Fuego.
Officer Mark Brady, I declare shenanigans.
Wait. My exit strategy won't work then, because Fuego will get popped immediately. Because it won't come back around to my turn. Fuck. There's something. Hold on.
It's the first time I've been able to use Wall of Fire to any effectiveness.
Hold up. Something may be wrong on my approach here.
I mean, if you got a D-door, you can get outside of it.
I won't survive long enough.
Well, can't you take both of you? Oh, no, you can't, because Fuego has to do something this turn to get you out.
Yeah, I could do it on my turn.
Could hope for a low roll.
No, hold on. Let me just think. Give me a second to look at stuff and see if I come up with some kind of bullshit here.
You'll have to toss me. Cannot make the distance. The side chat is hilarious right now. Strovan's offering to throw someone. And then Lemmy's like, you could throw me. And I'm just having this picture of giant Strovan grabbing Lemuel and then like baseball side throwing him through the window into the church.
That's what I was offering.
Just screams on the way there.
Broken glass.
Fireball special.
Fastball special. Absolutely. Yeah, it can make yourself a Colossus Wolverine situation.
I mean, it is a viable strategy.
That actually is something I may have. Yeah. That is a strategy I may have to employ because if I remember right, it's windows back here. Yeah.
Well, currently it's all on fire. In the back
I don't
row.
care. Is there a window? Yes. Yes or no?
Yeah. There are a trio of stained glass windows in this kind of half circle, like this bowed section back here.
Because grappling is fine against a willing creature. I'm just gonna have Fuego toss Chance out a window.
Okay. All right.
I'll take damage, but I won't take the end damage. So that way, I won't automatically fail a death save.
Well, you're gonna take the fire damage anyway because you're passing through the wall of fire.
I know, but I'll only be taking it once instead of twice.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're gonna take. Well, I mean, if Fuego is going with you, then yes.
Well, no, because here's the thing. I'm expecting the fire damage from going through the wall to knock me unconscious, which will immediately despawn Fuego. So Fuego then I won't take this end turn damage.
Does he despawn, or did we make it so that he doesn't?
No, he despawns.
He does, okay. Just making sure, because I remember at one point we said that he was still up. Okay, sure. Yeah, Fuego's fucking, get down! And he fucking, like, bulldog rushes you, charges you through the window. It doesn't matter how much damage you're taking. You're taking more than 6 points of damage. Because
fucking bodyguards.
The fire is 5d8 in and of itself, but then on top of that, there's broken glass that I would have to roll as well. So you're going to be knocked out. But let's humor me here for a second. Let's say that the wall of fire does that much damage.
Yeah.
It's
Look,
automatic, so it's halved to 14, which puts you out anyway, and then the glass does additional shit.
Yeah.
So you are KO'd and chucked outside the church. You're out there somewhere.
Yeah. Look. Protocol 3: protect the pilot.
Say there. Which, as soon as you go through the window and lose consciousness, the last thing you feel is the flames burning your skin, and you see the light of the fire reflecting off of the broken glass until your vision goes like super blurred and you just fade to zero. Inside the ring of fire, Selra, you watch as Fuego, as soon as he like shoved Chance through the window, Fuego immediately crumbles into a mass of rock and snow and then fades into non-existence.
Thankfully, depending on where the other two fucks were, they may see Chance's unconscious body now.
That is a good point. We'll get to that. So, first of all, Selra, it is your turn.
Sorry for leaving you in there, Selra, but like if I didn't do that, I was going to die.
Okay, so can't see anything outside the window.
No,
Outside the fire.
the wall is opaque. You cannot see anything outside the fire.
Oh, I'm a barbarian for a reason.
Sure.
I'm gonna go over here.
I rolled low. 16 points reduced to 8.
Deck save, correct?
No, it's automatic. If you go through the fire, it's automatic.
I'm gonna move over here. Go over here. I'll take the opportunity attack.
I mean, will he take the opportunity attack? Is the other question. Let's see. He doesn't have much in the way of reactions here on his sheet, to be honest. So there's really no point in not taking it.
He has advantage.
Yeah. Uh, 18 to hit for 7.
Okay, so that's halved is 7 damage total. So that's
Well, so 7 halved is 3 slashing.
yeah.
But it's magical. Does a magical count? No, it doesn't matter.
No.
Yeah, it's different stuff.
Now I'm gonna swing 3 times with the pike.
Sure, go for it. This is against Gyrasss, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
2.
That's a miss. That's a miss.
Come on.
That'll hit. And that is enough to bring him down. So, this is what happens. You do 2 swipes. He ducks 2 of them. You manage to then take your spear, shove it straight through his chest. By all accounts, he's dead. Except, Fire Serpent, whenever he is killed, once per long rest, can save him from death. Spirit drops to 0 and is gone. And Gyrasss immediately goes to half of his maximum HP.
Oh, you fucker.
Hey Siri, what is 187 divided by 2?
187 divided by 2 is 93.
93. Because we round up. He's back up at 93. Concentration on Firewall is gone, though, so we will remove that.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Since she technically,
Technically?
I can speak. There's a great weapon master thing proc. Is my question.
What does Great
With a
Weapon
bonus
Master
action.
say?
Okay. 1 moment. Let me ping it. Here's my sheet loads. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Why are you not on my fucking sheet? Where are you? I know I have it.
Yeah.
I'm just blind.
It's there somewhere. It's going to be in your features and trace, but I don't remember where you put it.
Oh, here it is.
Okay. Reduce creatures 0 hit points whether you make one. Yes, it does. Because he would be reduced to 0. He has to be reduced to 0 for that effect to proc, so yes, it would.
So, Atla. Ignore that.
That's not going to hit. That's an 18.
Damn it.
Okay. Sounds good. Chance.
Alright, death saving throw.
Yes. If you want to make it more dramatic, you can whisper it to me.
How do I do the whisper roll dice thing?
On your sheet should be a toggle at the top of your core page. If your sheet is set up correctly. The one that says public to GM above your armor class. Cool. Keeping that in mind. Alright. Lemuel. Over to you.
So we don't see body being tossed out the window.
No, he's tossed out the back of the church, so you guys are a little far away from that. What I will say, though, is you can make me a perception check to see if over the din of combat and voices shouting and earth being moved, you heard Chance get tossed out a window. Or you heard something get tossed out a window. Persuasion. What the fuck?
I have all 6 on perception, persuasion, and performance, so it doesn't really matter.
Cool. It's not your turn.
Oh, never mind.
it's Lemuel's turn. Yeah. Now, is your perception with the Sentinel Shield blanket, or is it just for sight? Well, let's find out. I can look it up in the thingy. Sentinel Shield. Nope, it's just all perception checks. So you're good. Sounds good. Yeah, it is advantage on initiative rolls and wisdom perception checks. Yeah, 24. Yeah, I will say that you heard a window breaking further up the street this way. Yeah. Still in the fucking circle. Over there. This direction. What are we doing? Strulvan receives an auditory message. What do we say? Do you want to toss me, or do you want to be teleported?
Yeah, I'll toss you. Nah, if it was my ally, it would have been just, I would have felt being just unsummoned.
It would have been dead. For the record, there is a massive column of smoke billowing up from the back half of the cathedral. So you're assuming that there's lots of fire in that direction.
Now, how far can I throw him?
Oh, throwing is a specific action, though. There's lots of saving throw ones. Thrown weapon fighting is not a thing that's applicable here. Come on now. Resolving outcomes, ability checks. This is probably in here. Let's see.
If it's just strength 10 times 30, then it's only 30 feet I could throw him. 20, not 30. Why don't you go investigate? Because either way, you have to wait for my turn to pick you up and throw you.
Honestly, with your
with your flying, you will be faster.
Yeah, like with your double dash and standard move, you could probably go further than Age since he could throw you.
Yeah.
No, don't get me wrong. I still want to throw somebody.
Yeah, I mean, you could fastball special him. It's just you have to wait until his turn, and then you forfeit like every other action you're doing. So you could go 90 feet, or you could go like 30 feet. It's your call. He could also. I mean, he's asking you if you want to go check it out because he can chuck you over there with Vortex Warp. I'm assuming if he has spell slots left for it.
I do.
I mean, he can do it to you, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but the point is, I still have to wait until my turn to do it, so that's what I'm saying. Just start going now. You'll be faster.
That's true. I mean, you'll probably get to the back if you just burn all your movement all at once.
And my movement speed is only 30 now.
I think the point
I'm not
is
trying
that
to be negative Nancy here. I'm just telling you the truth.
the point of it would be that he could warp you up there, and then he could stay behind and do the thing, and then literally next turn is yours. So you'll have your action to go and stabilize things. Whereas if he goes up there now, he's missing an action probably.
Okay.
So as far as like stabilizing and lay on handsing goes, the paladin's probably the better option to throw up there. If we're talking tactics. So 90 feet, right? Yeah, you can chuck him up here. 70 feet. So on this map, he's gonna be up here. I'm gonna just, for funsies, I'll put Chance's unconscious body there, so you can see it. He closer to there, but yeah. Alright, so giant stroll van disappears and reappears at the back of the cathedral. There's flames billowing up through the broken stained glass windows. You can see on the inside, through the broken window, you see an armored angel knight, essentially. And you also see Chance's unconscious body charred and covered in broken glass, kind of like laying on the ground, unconscious. Is that going to be your turn, Lemuel? Because that's your action. I don't know if you want to move or bonus anything at this point. Unless you want to do another Blade Ward or something. But I'm going to tell you right now, you're not in any imminent danger. Sounds good. Strovan, on your turn. Strovan, what are we doing?
By the mistress grace, be awakened. Hold up, making sure. Yep.
Mistra? Oh yeah, that's right.
Yes.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, go ahead.
That's
There's lots of healing.
6-5.
Why is it
I
also
cast it at
5?
5th level.
I know, but that should be the... Why is there 2 of the D8s, though? That's my question. Is that the extra D8 from the first level healing? Or just like adapted it to the cure wounds?
No, ignore the 5. Just it's 26.
Okay, sure. 26 points of healing goes to Chance. Chance, you are awakened and see perhaps one of the most frightening sights you have ever seen in your life. A massive, like 12-foot tall version of Strollvan kneeling over your body.
Sir, lying in this posture is not good for your back, sir.
I think I have other problems to worry about than my back, Strovan.
26, not 28. Does it say 28? Maybe I'm zoomed out too far. No, it's 26. Yeah, I zoomed out too far. It looked like an 8. Never mind. Cool. So that'll be your action. Anything else for Strollvan?
No, I do not have anything applicable for bonus action.
Cool.
How big is the window that he crashed out of?
It's a big window. It's like probably 5 feet wide and 15 feet tall.
So what you're telling me is because I'm enlarged, I could jump through it.
Yes. That's why I'm asking if
I'm
there's anything
gonna
else you
totally
want to do.
Kool-Aid man.
Yeah, sure. Go for it. Let me move you. Let me move you over to the other map here as well, so now you can be inside. Hold on. Do some shenanigans. Where are you? Large stroll van. Put you there, and then.
That's the most healing I have done throughout the whole campaign. On any of my characters.
Okay, can you see the inside of the...
Yeah, it's like, why is everything fire? Why is this person... Is this the bad guy?
There are lots of fire things. Now, what I want you to do... No. What I want you to do is make me an acrobatics check. On a...
Damn it,
On a 15 or higher, you'll only take 2d4 damage from jumping through the fire and the broken glass.
Would I have been able to bonus action Blade Song before jumping in?
Yeah, you would still have your bonus action, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna... Because while I'm blade singing, I have advantage on acrobatics.
Sure, that makes sense. God damn it. Alright, whatever. 21 athletic. God, what the fuck? Okay. 21 acrobatics, that's
I'm
fine.
maxed out in Dex, motherfucker.
1, 2. So you will take 6 points of damage from jumping through fire and broken glass. Could have been worse. Okay. So from your point of view, you see this like armored angelic knight who is standing guard at a door, at a doorway. They're back with her back to it. I think you can just barely make out some shit happening like in this room, maybe. Like you can catch the tail end of some fire.
I see that person right there. That's about it.
Yeah. Okay.
Haven't I seen this person before though?
Strolden.
The original party.
That's a good question. Well, you were gone for a long time.
Yeah, so
I don't think you would have seen him.
Okay.
Because he appeared in the vision in the tower, and you were someone else at that point.
That was the barbarian at the time.
Yeah. Well, you were whatever the other guy was. I forget. I immediately forgot his name as soon as he died. Started with an F. You were that guy.
Valerian?
Yeah, Valerian. You were Valerian because you had your backup going. The Galavash was dead. He was gone. Anyway, you still have a little bit of movement left, if you want to take it.
I peek out through the door and hunch down. It's like, what pardon me, sir, but are you the one that threw Lord Chance out the window?
Kill him!
Hisses in your face.
That's my turn, by the way.
Cool. Empyrean Knight. Well, you are currently blocking the doorway, so she's just going to hold an action to attack any enemies that come close. And we'll move on to Gyrasss.
I'm a one largest size. They could just pass through me.
She doesn't know if you're an ally or an enemy, and you're also blocking the doorway completely. I'm going to say that rule does not work here.
Okay.
I did it earlier with Selra and Fuego, so I'm going to do it for you as well. Cool. Great. Awesome. Let's see what we got. Why the fuck does he have that prepared? That makes no sense.
You're a mean one, Mr. Grant.
There's some shit happening here. There is some bullshit happening here. Can he buff himself any more than what he has going on? Probably. How mean do I want to be is the question.
Not mean. Very nice.
Because I've still got 4th level slots left here, so. What would he do in this situation? Here's what I think he would do. He's going to cast Wall of Fire again.
I'd like to use my reaction.
Yes.
Counter spell.
Sure. You're going to have to roll for it, I believe.
Okay, so what do I roll?
It's a... For you, it'd be... Well, Counterspell is a wizard spell for you. It'd be an intelligence check.
Yes.
Yeah.
21.
21. Yep. That'll do it. So he goes to cast the spell, and your counter spell immediately snuffs out whatever fire he was about to do.
No, none of that. There's enough fire around.
Sure. And then at that point, let's see. Man, what the fuck is he doing? I'm gonna have him run away.
Opportunity attack.
Yep.
Okay.
He's gonna pass. He's gonna give you both opportunity attacks here.
Okay, booming blade.
What?
I'm a warcaster.
Yep.
And I'm gonna throw in fucking smite as well.
Let's see if you hit first. Nope.
17?
That's a miss. And 15 is also a miss. 10, 15,
Oh, well.
25, 30.
You can't always get what you want.
No, we're not doing that. There we go. Okay. Great. That has to be his turn. He's got nothing else left. Sora.
Can you measure that? Because I'm currently reacting roll 20. I'm just gonna rush toward him.
Hold on, I'm at corners right now.
I'm just happy I got to Kool-Aid Man this episode.
30 feet. There is a burning desk in between you and him. I'll say make an acrobatics check to get over it.
Can I just fly over it?
Oh, you have wings. Yeah, I guess so. Never mind.
Wings are such a bullshit.
Damn it. It's almost like 10th level characters are expected to be able to fly.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, hi, Guardian of Faith.
Yeah, that thing's still here.
That's here.
It lasts for 8 hours, so it's just here in case things get within range of it.
If that thing gets to kill him, I'll laugh so hard.
that's why I moved him to the left there a little bit after the move. I was like, let's not avoid the Guardian of Faith. Let's avoid the floating celestial sword and shield.
Okay, Pike, come on. Roll 20. Advantage. Come on, baby.
Yeah, 20 will certainly hit. That ain't gonna hit. And that'll only hit. So 19 and 21. 30, 40. 40 points of damage.
Yep.
Okay.
He's like,
Chance.
why are you running? Why are you running?
Alright, first up, I'm going to use my bonus action to heal. Because a lifelink funny thing heal does not say the Eidolon has to be out for me to do that.
Nope. It's part of being able to manipulate your own essence.
Alright, and for my action, I'm going to cast Dimension Door.
Sure. What is your specific destination?
Before I cast, can I ask for something before?
Maybe.
Can I make an intelligence check to recall the general placement of the main church room? Just to avoid telefragging myself.
I mean, sure. I guess. Yeah, 19. By your closest estimation, you're looking at least 35 feet in one direction. Now, I won't say whether or not you will end up in an object because you don't necessarily remember the placement of those.
Let's see. I'm going to take a guess and say here.
Got it. It's 3 spaces.
Oh, hey! almost exactly where I wanted to be.
Fantastic. Okay.
Now for my movement, because I still have the ability to move.
Yes.
Take cover behind this pillar.
Okay. Sounds good. There's a little wooden partition there that you can hide behind. Alrighty, Lemuel. Are we just closing holes? What are we doing? Yeah. Great. So you do that. Strollvan is up next.
I'm gonna have to squeeze in through here. So that takes 10 of my movement, right?
Yeah.
Which way did he go, Joe?
Well, there's another open door here.
It says 10, 5, 15, 35. Ha! 40.
Exactly. Exact distance.
We just met, sir. It was so rude of you to run away like that. 28?
Yeah. Yes. Correct.
I'm going to smite the fuck out of this one.
Sure. So it's already 20 points of damage. Let's see what you can do on the Radiant.
Let's see, 5th, 4th, 3rd, all good. No more. Damn.
And just for the record, that's 11 points of fire damage to you.
Huh. Can I ask why?
He's got fire
He has
shield
fire
on.
shield.
Okay, and as a reaction, I like to use Absorb Element.
Does it matter if it's an attack or is it just taking damage from a source? I think it's just taking damage from a source, but I'm not sure. Yeah, it's just whenever you take damage. So sure.
Yeah.
So resistance to fire damage until the start of your next turn.
Uh-huh. So how much damage do I take?
11. So half to 5.
Oh, yeah.
And then go ahead and roll me your smite damage on top of that. Additional 6. Okay. So 26 points of damage.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Bonus, extra. I'm hitting him again.
Yes.
26.
Yep, that gonna hit.
And this time he also takes 4 points of fire damage
He takes
because of Absorb Element.
2 points of fire damage because he's resistant currently.
Okay, so this.
So 9 and 6, 15 plus 2, 17.
Hold on a sec. This is
Or what do we know with the 6?
13 total.
That's from the enlarge. Okay. 13 total?
Uh-huh.
Right, because we have to have it.
Because you said.
Yes, correct. Okay, 13 total there. Fantastic.
That is my turn.
Cool. And then that second hit is another 8 points of fire damage, reduced to 4.
Oh, Snowy's going to give me advantage. You said Snowy was my turn after my turn, right?
Yes, correct. You have to move him to a square that's adjacent to you. And then he can give you advantage.
There.
And he has flyby, so No up attack there.
If even if he didn't, he has enough movement to just fly around him.
Go up and over, yeah. Shouldn't be a problem. Okay, so technically it's the Empyrean's turn. What the fuck is she gonna do? She can't... She has a special fucking thing that I have to worry about.
I dare her to move.
She has to. She has a feature that is called Only Forward. It's unable to flee from battle until all of its enemies are destroyed or it is. Which means that she has to attack Gyrasss, or at least go after him on her turn. Every turn. It's part of her celestial code.
Damage.
She's gonna fly right over there.
Hold on a sec.
No, wait, why is she gonna take damage?
Booming blade.
Why'd you hit her with Booming Blade? She's a friendly.
Oh, not her. Sorry, I meant the other person.
No, Gyrasss it's not his turn. It's the Empyrean's turn. So 60-foot fly speed. She comes barreling through the offices like a missile, flying up to Gyrasss, and she's gonna make 2 strikes against him. We'll see. She's probably gonna kill him, but we'll see. Normal rolls. The 20 hits, and that's enough to do it. So through the narrow doorway of the office, like a fucking metal angel of wrath, this Empyrean, with sword drawn to her chest, pointed forward, head first tackles Gyrasss as he's trying to deal with you at the same time, moves him back and pins him to this stone pillar. And you watch him like hiss, this like horrible like scream comes out of his mouth. This black blood steaming from all the heat that's surrounding him, the fire shield trying to do its job but not finding any purchase. You watch the light leave his eyes, and you watch him slump, pinned to the wall by the massive longsword of the Empyrean before she draws it back, and in that motion flicks his black, burning, steaming ichor off of it and onto the floor of the church. Cool. I mean, I kind of wanted to give you guys the kill there, but that feature is gotta follow that feature. So she immediately after that is over, sheathes her blade, turns to all of you, gives you a nod, and then begins to rush back into this other room here.
I think Shell needs to take a psychic damage for that metal comment.
Lemuel, on whatever your next turn of combat would be, you close up that hole, and the guards that were fending off the Thri-Kreen for you begin to move off to other parts of the city. A couple of them stay behind to then run into the church and take stock of what's going on. They run over to the back door specifically and break it down because it is locked. And you are able to join your companions.
I would like to cut off Gyras's head.
So you fly through this window because it's broken. Hold on one second. Let me put everybody onto this map here.
I'd like to search Gyras's body.
Oops, shit.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to stop you from looting. I'm just cutting off his head first.
Regroup all. There we go. Okay. There you go. Okay.
Oh wait, Snowy's going to help me, so...
So, Chance, as you're walking over to the body of Gyrasss, now slumped against the pillar, what do you have to cut off his head? Do you have like a dagger or something that you're going to use?
I have a +1 short sword.
Okay, sick. So as you're drawing your short sword, you go to like kneel and begin this grisly work, and some sixth sense in you tells you to jump back, and you immediately stand up, take 5 foot step back, and Gyras's body immolates, bursts into flames, and leaves nothing but a flaming skeleton behind.
Aww.
I will say his magic items are untouched by that.
Yay!
So at least you
Yay.
can get something out of it. As far as loot goes, he has, magically, he has a studded leather set of armor, +1, and he has a +1 scimitar.
Yeah. For the record, the reason why, just in case anyone's wondering if Chance is being particularly bloodthirsty, he was mainly trying to prevent later resurrections, potential resurrection magic, because, have to have the body intact.
Yeah.
Granted, with the Masters of the Black Circle, hell is kind of a revolving door, so they can kind of just probably come back anyway.
Well, he failed his master. You don't know how successful that would end up being. I didn't set up anything for that. Sounds good. Is there a
Fuck off!
+1 druidic focus somewhere I can grab?
I know what you meant. Don't try and hide that one.
Not really interested in scimitar, but the studded. Oh wait, I'm already wearing +1. Never mind.
After that, Chance is going to try and follow the where the angel went.
Same here.
Sure. So the back of this place is still burning, but what you do see, she's unlocked and opened the door, and you can see through that door there are townspeople that she was protecting in the basement of the church. They're now being filed out through the back.
Okay.
So she's escorting them. Everybody out! Everybody out! And they're all rushing off into the streets. And they're being essentially they're going to go gather out in the outer courtyard area and be escorted to safety by the guards that are left.
As Chance is following, he's just using a dragon's breath to put out the fires as he goes.
Sure.
I pick up my axe and
You have to recast that, so mark your spell slot.
I did.
What's with here? Yeah, Gyrasss did not have a lot of magic gear on him. He was mostly a rely on his own merits kind of guy. Yeah. He had enough magical gear to survive in the Forest of the Lost, but most of his power came from his own magic. Okay. Taking the time to assist those you wish to assist, clearing out what little of the church you can, and then making sure to put out the fires over the next, let's say, 2 or 3 hours, just getting people to safety. A lot of people are being escorted beyond the walls and onto whatever ships remain. If you are assisting with escorting efforts, you will note that your ship, the Damselfly ship, has been defending itself. There's a pile of dead bodies outside of the Damselfly of dead Thrycreen in various states of charring and freezing and whatever else Esmeralda can throw at them.
It's holy.
Oh yeah. And then so people are being loaded onto ships, and they're essentially being taken into the air, just so that they are hovering above the ground, relatively safe. Getting them off the ground and away from the remaining ground troops, which have no recourse to attack them in the air, is the goal here. There are a number of Thrycreen left that, when Gyrasss died, are now without a hive mind. and either immediately succumbed to the psychic damage, or were left aimless and in a berserk state and were easy enough to put down after that. At some point during this rescue effort, when things are winding down, fires are being put out, you will see, let's see if I think she has a multi-sided thing, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. We'll probably go have someone go check on Rosetta's house, because she had the last, because she was with us, so don't actually know how well if she's currently homeless now.
Oh right, yeah. Yeah, at some point you can do that, but let's do this first. So you're I'm assuming hanging out with the Empyrean, because that's what you said first.
Yeah.
So, she will eventually drop her angelic form, and you see kind of an intense woman, fairly tall, like above 6 feet, very tall for a woman. Sharp features, really intense facial expression. Scars from numerous battles decorating her face. Dressed in like heavily adorned in plate mail that has filigree and etchings that are reminiscent of the Church of Kavir. You see that she still has her longsword at her side, and is essentially just directing the search and rescue efforts, saving as many people as she can. At one point, you watch as she like runs into a burning building, because she has resistance to fire for being a fucking angel, and drags 2 like crying children out, and gives them to a guard, says get them to a ship. So it's all very busy for quite a while. There's not a lot of time to catch up with people. As far as Rosetta's house goes, it's torched. The Thrycreen broke down. Their whole goal here was to cause as much mayhem as possible, and they certainly achieved that. They are running around, those of them that have no direction now, that are being put down, are, attacking things for the sake of attacking them, going after whatever target's closest. They're breaking down doors and setting fire to buildings, and whatever else they can think of doing. And Rosetta's house is unfortunately one of the casualties here. You will see, burning building wise, her house is not on fire. It has been ransacked, and a lot of like furniture and things have been broken, but for the most part, the house at least remains intact. Rosetta herself is nowhere to be found. She is disappeared, either hiding or helping. You don't know. You have no idea where she is. But it doesn't take. It takes quite a while before things begin to simmer down, and these sweeps of the city are complete. We're going to say that. If you guys arrived here at midday, essentially in the height of this battle, it's going to take the rest of the day to organize what defenses Oakham has left, and begin sweeping streets for remainders of Thrycreen to make sure that the city and its defenses are safe again. So it's not until maybe, I don't know, probably midnight or 1 a.m. before any of you get a break, unless you want to break before that. Up to you. But those of you who are aiding, it's going to be quite a while before any semblance of like sit down and figure out what happened here occurs.
Chance won't stop until the Empyrean does. He's not letting her out of his sight this entire time.
Same with Sildra or Silra.
Sure.
I'm just following Chance around.
Okay. At some point, though, that does come to an end. I don't know what Lemuel wants to do with Rosetta's house. What's the purpose of going to Rosetta's house?
Oh, this man just check see if she still had a place to live
I mean,
after
she
everything.
does.
She was with us.
A lot of her shit is like broken and tossed about, but it's replaceable at the very least. Yeah. Mending only works on small breaks and stuff. They smashed a bunch of things, so unfortunately, not able to do a whole lot here. Yeah, she's gonna have to replace some stuff. she's gonna have to get some new furniture. But that's a task for another time. Let's see. I'll say that if you are, if Lemuel is essentially sitting in Rosetta's house trying to fix things, at some point she will, kind of like turn up in the doorway and kind of take stock of what happened and just silently like sighs and begins to pick up the pieces of her life. Starts, picking up papers and putting them back in whatever drawers aren't smashed to pieces. Taking broken chunks of furniture and tossing them out the door for for junk purposes. No, mending's not that powerful. Mending is meant for small cracks and breaks and things, not stuff being shattered into thousands of pieces. Yeah, it's not meant for big jobs, which this instance certainly is. Unfortunately, there's no Fix-It Felix spell.
Yes, there is. I just don't have it.
What, Fabricate?
Yeah.
I mean, that's creation, though. That's not fixing things that are broken, right?
Okay, you're throwing in fucking ship of Theseus. If I use the same raw material to remake the same thing in the same image, is it the same thing or not?
I mean, maybe. Technically, no. But yeah. As far as like game mechanics go. Either way, you two begin to pick up the pieces of her broken home together. She does express that that she is happy that you survived the battle, and you can tell her your perspective or not. I assume you guys just kind of make small talk as she picks up pieces of her life. She gets whatever she can back to a sense of normalcy, and then since you guys were moving so fast through the forest, she's exhausted, and she's going to just attempt to sleep for the night at some point. There's only so much a new graduate mage can do.
Well, that was very exciting for the old bone. I almost ran out of spell slots.
I've never felt so at risk by the element of fire.
Just another day.
Another day in the life of a nerfed character. Okay, so at some point, I'm assuming if you're keeping the Empyrean in your sight this whole time, there is a point in time when she goes around. She's essentially letting the guards do their job, and she's going to go around and gather the important people in town for a meeting.
Yeah, while she's in the process of gathering, Chance would at least try to approach and get her attention.
Okay, hold on one second. I need to pull up my correct shit here. Hold on. I needed to get names. Okay, perfect. Okay, go ahead. What do you say to get her attention?
Chance will say, and Celeste will try and get her attention. Celestial, because hearing her primary tongue would probably draw more attention than just speaking in common. And we'll say, a moment, please.
Back to you and Celestial. Very well, but only for a moment. There is still much to do.
I agree. I intend to help as much as I can. But I feel the need to discuss what just happened today.
Well, there was an invasion on the city. That much we know. That creature, that being, had demonic magic.
He also had managed to bargain command from of the Thuricreen hive mind from their queen.
Yes, the demonic magic I was referring to. What do you know of this?
It belongs to an organization known as the Black Circle. They've been hunting your kind for a long time.
She looks at you and says, kind of raised eyebrow and says, well, it's not surprising. A lot of people have been after me over the years. And it seems they had finally found me, but this one has gotten closer than most over the last century or two.
What was his name again? Sorry.
Gyrasss?
No, the other Empyrean.
Jacariel.
Not too terribly long ago, especially by your reckoning, we freed Jacariel from one of their imprisonment. They were using his blood for various rituals.
Well, that explains a lot. These days, my brothers and sisters are worth more in parts than we are for anything else. People have been hunting us for a long, long time. That much is nothing new for us, but these people are organized, clearly.
What do you know about an organization that calls itself the Black Circle?
Next to nothing. I'm not familiar with their works. I have known many different cults and demonic forces acting on this world. This Black Circle I've not heard of.
Well, let me throw out a couple more names. One's a place, one's a thing. Let me just scroll down to my notes because I actually do it now. Name Malachor ring a bell?
Malachor is the newest leader, archdemon of the Hells, yes. Took over for Zariel when she committed her act of sacrifice.
Yes,
I am very much aware.
Currently speaking, most of the Black Circle the upper echelons are patroned by various archdevils and demons. They have one patron to Glacia, one to Asmodeus himself, Dispater, and Malachor.
They have far reach to be able to find me here. I've had to move places many times through my life, but always moving has given me the freedom to avoid their advances on my life. This was a targeted attack.
Yes, we don't know exactly why they want to hunt all of you down. All we know, from what we know, is that you all are from pre-breaking. So I'm assuming, just one more name to make sure. Goldagnir, ring bells.
Goldagnir was, if I recall, a mortal creation but I did not have any dealings with its proprietors in my day.
Well, that I had hoped that this would be a bit more connected, but that's unfortunate.
Prior to the breaking, I was immortal, a servant of the gods. I was not of this realm before this cataclysm happened to Rhea. I was only made to walk this mortal plane after my own masters gave their lives to keep this place in some form of repair.
We have reason to believe the Black Circle, or at the very least their original founders, were responsible for the breaking.
The original founders.
Oh yes, the Black Circle is a very old organization, dating back to pre-breaking. In fact, they apparently had a few agents on the Ark, on the Arks.
It doesn't surprise me. Snakes are good at hiding when it suits them.
Yes, it's a bit. Let's just say I can verify personally the Ark ones. And Chance will kind of flick his one of his horns.
Yes, you have the devil's blood in you, but it is not your blood that determines your goodness.
Oh, I'm aware. I've at least died twice now trying to stop the Black Circle. But
you have proven yourself here as well, a capable warrior, and you have my gratitude for assisting my flock.
Yeah. Word of advice, and also if you don't have any information that may be relevant to this, I would appreciate it. Do not go to Onyx. They have the clause in the current king responsible for the death of the prior heir to the throne. They basically have near total control of the entire country.
I had heard as much, that this new Ornitian king is planning to rule his nation with an iron fist, and that he plans to, at some point, antagonize Netria. He's not happy with their supposed involvement. He blames them for his brother's death, apparently.
Yes, the king is either a member or a very heavily manipulated fool. At this point, though, the distinction largely is irrelevant.
From what I heard, a fool Ursula is not. Manipulated though he might be.
Do you know any particular ancient evil ritual of some sort that may want several dead Empyreans, or at the very least a rather large amount of their blood?
I could fill a library with the amount of dark rituals attempted with angel blood.
Don't suppose you could narrow it down to, given the circumstances at hand?
I cannot. Not without knowing the specifics of their plans.
That makes the both of us.
We can be used in many different ways, unfortunately, which makes us very valuable to the enemy.
Yeah. Currently, as far as we're aware, they want access to Gul'dadnir.
Well, last I heard, Gul'dadnir is separated from this plane of existence. So, as long as they do not find a way to access it, I think this will be a major speed bump for them, don't you?
Chance will just lightly shift his coat and show the keys that he's carrying. Yeah, doing my best to make sure that they don't get access, but a bit harder to getting a bit harder to do that.
Well, you have proven yourself a capable person, and your group, your companions, who I assume was the ones that rushed to our rescue, they have also proven themselves worthy of carrying such a burden, I believe. You have been tracking this black circle for some time, yes?
Oh yes, that's part of the reason why we can't go to Onik either.
And you say you have had treaty with my brother, Shakariel.
Yes, I don't know where he's went since he fled the prison, but
I think it is time I go and visit my family after all these years. If this black circle has finally found a way to track us down to the point of causing this much chaos and death, it is time for us to come out of hiding.
may I propose a strategy that may benefit the both of us?
You know more than I about the black circle, so I should say that you have the upper hand as far as their methods and modus operandi.
Sooner rather than later, we intend to take the fight to them, remove them off the board. Removing Gyrasss is already a strong point, and we also removed, what was her name? I have it written down here.
Daphne of the Iron Cross.
We also removed the Lady of the Iron Cross.
So two of them remain. So two of them have been slain. Fantastic. A good start.
I would offer an alliance. We work together, stronger in a group.
I would agree with you, but before we take the fight to them, as you so aptly put it, I feel the need to recover my family, or what is left of them, whoever I can find.
I would almost suggest that that's part of the alliance I was suggesting. You can travel with us, we have an airship.
What other allies have you as part of this traveling band you have?
I'll get if I can have a moment to gather them up. Chance will look to Strovan. I believe we're missing limestone and well, just limestone actually.
Take some time to gather your companions. I have myself to gather the members, the leaders of this town, and together we will have a treaty about where this goes next.
Oh, do let them know that the Queen of the Hive is very much dead.
That is good news. But if this is true, and I assume you have something to do with it, then all shall be revealed in our meeting. Let's table this for now. I must gather them. We must at least figure out what we are going to do for our next steps. And to do that, we all need to be in one place.
Yes. The only request I would make is that you do not mention our names directly. We are still technically wanted men and women in Onik.
This is not an Onishian colony. You are safe here. Gather your companions. Meet us in the town square. We have set up a base camp there.
See you then. Be safe. We don't know how many of them could still be around. And at that point, Chance will think to the vision that was pointed to us about the Queen. Wasn't there two agents of the Black Circle in that vision?
Yes. There was Gyrasss and there was one you hadn't seen, I believe.
Actually, correction, we're going with you. I say this only because there was two agents of the Circle involved in this. We've only removed one.
I was gonna say she transforms back into her Empyrean form and flies off to go find the others. So If you give it 1
I
foot,
want to
go for
ask
it.
her something, damn it.
Well, there's a meeting, so we can do the meeting. We have 7 minutes. I think we can get something done in 7 minutes. Let's do that. So we'll say over the next, probably in the next hour. This is sundown at this point. There's the glow of fire, and there's still smoke in the air. The smell of death and burning bodies has begun to waft through Oakham. It's not a pretty sight. But things are... the most of the emergencies have been taken out at this point. There is a ring of tents that has been set up kind of in the central market plaza just outside of the cathedral, where after gathering your companions, you all conglomerate and arrive at. You see the Empyrean here, who I forgot to say it, but she will introduce herself as to Chance introduce herself as Marafiel.
If you'd be so kind as to write that name down, please.
I will also give you her alias. So she will request that you refer to her as Prioress Mira, because that is her alias in this town, but her celestial name is Marafiel. So once you guys gather, you see her. Essentially, they have like a number of crates that have been kind of grouped together to form a makeshift table. A number of stools that were salvaged that everyone can sit around the table for, and you see her. You see and two other individuals. The captain of the guard, who you saw fighting at the front gate when you first arrived here and began your combats. Who will introduce himself as Captain Philip Verne. Which I will post here. And the battle-scarred, one-legged blacksmith, Forge Master Gorik Limdarv, who I believe one of you talked to at some point. Introductions are in order. The Prioress Mira says, good, you have arrived. Now we can start this moot in earnest. Captain, Forge Master, these are... what do we call you?
Okay, remind me. Is the Scholars' March directly stated as wanted men, or is it us by name?
How famous were you in Onyx? I mean, you're the only original member here that the Black Circle is aware about. No, I know that the Black Circle is aware about. The Black Circle was never aware of Strolvan. Not him specifically. So they probably wouldn't have listed Scholars' March, because that band of people has been disbanded for quite some time as far as Onyx is concerned. And you weren't that famous to begin with as far as, like, operating in Onyx. You didn't do a whole lot in Onyx. Most of your adventure has been either on the open sea or in Araval. At least most of the bigger stuff.
As a group, you may refer to us as the Scholars' March. My name individually is, you may call me Chance.
Very well. The members of Scholars' March. Chance, you with the...
Yes. Yeah, Chance will also just indicate individual members to them to give their names if they so desire.
Selra, fantastic. You, Master Elf, what is your name?
Strovan does a polite bow. Scion of the Leodan family, Strovan at your service, sir.
Very well, Strovan Leodon. And the diminutive one. who I am assuming that Lemuel will introduce himself. Usually via text, but we'll say that happens.
Oh, he's not here.
Yeah, well, he's yeah. He declined to come, or oh, sorry, I haven't been keeping up with the chat. I thought you were just doing some stuff. Oh, sure, okay. Well, one more, but that's up to you. So, and I believe one more member of your troop, yes, but not here for whatever reason.
He has other obligations.
Very well. What we discussed in this meeting is a dire circumstance. These brave adventurers who rushed to our aid know of the enemy who attacked us. It was not the Thrycreen acting on their own. This was manipulated by a member of an organization called the Black Circle. He was apparently one of their lapdogs. The Black Circle, as far as they have explained to me, are a cult of devil-worshipping operators that work in the shadows. They have been hunting me. I believe I am their primary target for this attack. Which would explain the Thrycreen's organization in recent days.
Yes, I can verify that they had either bargained or bewitched the Thrycreen Queen to give them control of the hive mind.
Would also explain the brands that we began to find on the Thrycreen before this assault on Oakham. I believe this to be a symbol of the Black Circle that perhaps gives them control over those they subjugate. Or at least something to mark them as soldiers. There is a twinge of magic within it, but it is mostly gone by the time the Thrycreen fall. In any case, these group of adventurers have been dealing with the Black Circle for quite some time. I will let them explain further the danger that they all pose. And I'll assume that you give a rudimentary rundown of how things are going.
Yeah, give them a rudimentary rundown. Give them the same Onishian warning.
Sure.
And he'll also present the head to say, just for the record, that Thrycreen hive should not be a problem anymore.
I was toss the head on the makeshift table. The Forge Master hobbles over to it and spits on it. Finally, something had to be done about those fucking things. Now maybe without their queen, they won't come back, and Oakham can prosper as it was meant to.
Yes, they will likely, if it weren't for the hive mind connection being subsumed by the Black Circle member, they all would have died anyway. As generally speaking, there's a backlash if the hive mind is forcefully severed, resulting in the deaths of all but the most hardy of their members.
Well, whatever the case, I think they're done threatening Oakham for quite some time. What managed to escape in the forest was driven mad by, most likely, this hive mind, you say. Are severing from it. I doubt it'll take a short amount of time to recover the forces, and by then Oakham will be stronger than ever. You have my word on that.
With the lack of leadership, there's, if they did reorganize, it would be they'd be more akin to a band of war refugees than an actual force.
Be that as it may, I'm not sad to see them gone. Only regret is that I wasn't there to take down Queenie herself. At this point, the captain will speak up. Now, Prioress, we have to discuss the elephant in the room. You claim that the Black Circle is here for you. Why would this be the case? Granted, you are an important person within our church, but as far as we can tell, you're no special duck. At which point the prioress says, I am not who you think I am, Captain. Yes, I am known here as Prioress Mira, but in many other lifetimes I was known by many other names. It is my blood, my divine ichor that the Black Circle covets most. As Kavier's most loyal servant, I have hidden amongst the clergy for the better part of 9 centuries now. But every now and then, I have to pick up and move. I have lived lives as carpenters, masons, city planners, clerics, any number of ways to serve Kavier I have done, and I have lived, but never staying in one place for too long. I fear that my involvement here in Oakham's chapter has proved fatal for many of its residents, and for that you have my deepest regrets. It also brings to me one of the reasons why I gathered you all here. I plan to depart from this place. I know that I am the leader of many people. I know that I am a beacon of hope, but it is also my belief that I cannot sit idly by while this cult hunts down my family and works in the shadows. It is my duty to expose them, to bring them to the light, and it is also my duty to protect my family as best as I can. A duty that brings me beyond the call of one church. I will stay for a time to help with the people, to help with repairing the city in what little ways I can. But in the coming weeks, just know that I will make my departure. You must be prepared to lead without me. Especially you, Captain. I know your father would be proud of what you accomplished here today. I think you are ready. More ready than you think you are. You need not defer to me any longer. The people will look to you as their beacon of hope from now on. Now, is there anything else? Any other words we have to say? Any information that must be revealed? Questions,
I
concerns?
do have a question for you, but I must ask in private.
Very well.
Even away from my party members.
Narrows your eyes at that one.
I would make a request of the at least fine people to, if any Onician comes here, kindly forget our participation.
I can do little to silence the mouths of Oakham when they hear of the tales of glory that are won during battle. May be beyond my power, but I'll do my best. You were quite the spectacle out there, and I am sure that it will only be a matter of time before word of what happens here reaches the other colonies.
Out of curiosity, how is the guard captain, how are the other people present, seeming to take all of this?
It's kind of a bittersweet victory. They won the day, but they took heavy losses. And they're losing their spiritual leader sometime in the near future. They are very concerned, and it shows. The future of Oakham is up in the air, and it's up to them. The weight falls on their shoulders at this point.
Any issues with the other news? Any reaction to the other news that they've learned from our testimonies and Mara's?
They, as far as the reveal of the Black Circle goes here, Captain Vern will address that and say, well, we plan to, if you do plan to bring them to light, Prioress, then allow us to assist in that. I'll send word to the other colonies. I'll even send word to Oakham about the existence of this, or to the Anisian colonies, of the existence of this Black Circle cult. I find it hard to believe that every Anisian citizen has been manipulated or altered or whatever into complacency. At least this will be something that we can leverage if the people are afraid, if they're more perceptive than normal. Perhaps that would be a good thing. But at that point, the Prior says, I do not think this is a good idea. And I will tell you why. The news of a clandestine cult working in the shadows, what proof do we really have other than one agent and people who prefer not to be involved? And on top of that, with the somewhat chilly relationship between Netra and Onik at the moment, was to say the Onisians won't just call this Netrian propaganda. Was to say they even believe us in the first place. I mean, it's all very new and unexpected. And without the proper information, we will only serve to sow panic. We will see people turn on each other. Their intentions will be pure and good. They're protecting their families, looking out for their communities, but their actions is what I worry about most. Sowing that much paranoia and panic in a population can only lead to ruin.
One thing that you could do, if you feel you must do something about this tragedy, a bounty on the other operative would not be insubstantial. It would hamper at least that operative's movements here.
That is true. We could spin it as perhaps a bounty for dangerous criminals. Run it through the Adventurers Guild, so it has some legitimacy. Sometimes bounty hunting is a lucrative business, so we will have a number of freelancers on our side for this one. The coffers of the church are not light, although repairs are going to be much needed. But posting, even a mediocre bounty will be enough to get most people interested in looking for whatever agents of the Black Circle remain out there in the world. News will travel faster in our revolves than other places. It might take some time to reach Netria or Onyx. And even when it reaches Onyx, if the king is under the thumb of the Black Circle, as you say, there is no guarantee that the bounty will not be taken down immediately. But if it reaches even a few eyes, perhaps that is enough.
When fighting the shadows, shining a light on it's the best way.
Well, you've given us all a lot to think about. And in the coming days will be challenging, but I believe in the people of Oakham. These men and women I have worked alongside for decades are strong and resilient. Well, beyond most. They will do fine without me. Captain, Forge Master, I will leave you to it. Master Leodon, I will see you outside.
I follow him outside. Follow him up there.
Her.
Oh my god. Her outside.
Yes.
My fucking brain's fried.
She'll take you aside, away from the hustle and bustle of people moving around and patrolling the area.
I need to know what you have witnessed at the last moment. You existed before the break-in and saw the break-in, correct? As I've been told.
I was a loyal servant to one of the gods of the old world. My master at one point was the noble god Torm. And with his power I delivered righteous justice throughout the various realms. But
not all the servants of the old gods have abandoned them, though.
No. My kin remained loyal for quite some time, and I assume that those who escaped the destruction of this world, there are some who still cling to those old ways.
Yes, indeed, and some families pass down the tradition as of the old day. And I pull out my, this really old heirloom, the symbol of Mistra, used by the church at that time.
Yes. It has been a while since I've seen one of these. She brings a smile to her face. She's kind of like, she's not going to take it from you, but she kind of takes it and cradles it in one hand, and kind of regards it for a little while before letting it fall. Yes.
My family has been long told to wait for or look for her sign. We don't know why, but it has always been passed down that way, and as a scion of my house, I am tasked with finding her trace in this world.
She places a hand on your shoulder and says, well, as noble as a goal that is, I am afraid that Mistra is no more. There is no connection to her because she does not exist. She, along with the other gods, sacrificed themselves to keep this world together, and their unity formed a new entity. You need only look down to find traces of Mistra's light. But it is not the same god that you once worshipped. My brethren and I searched for our patrons for centuries. Many of us gave up hope. Many of us found other gods to worship, other solace in the new gods. And I myself found solace in Kavir. She lifted me up when I was at my lowest. I will forever be grateful for that. And while my many centuries of service to Torm are not forgotten, they are in the past. If there's anything that I have learned as a follower of Kavir is that people move forward. They cling to the past, but they will always find their way forward.
While I agree with you to a certain extent, I have a definite proof. And therefore I have to search her out. Fact, my family has never worshipped nobody except Mistra. Well, except for my older brother, but there's a difference. Yet, I still have the power of divine.
I see the divine spark in you, Strovan, but it does not come from Mistra. Your spark comes from your determination and your belief in what is right.
I have to agree to disagree with you, but I need to know what you witnessed at the last moment of Mistra as you saw it. From there, I could try to maybe pick up a trail.
The world was breaking. The oceans gone in an instant. The world shattered. Sunlight gone. It was a miracle any of us survived anything. In those final days, earthquakes and eruptions rocked this world to its core and destroyed it. And then there was light. A light, pale and fragile, like a white candle in the darkness. It grew over time to be a roaring inferno. It grasped this planet, and it held it tight in its embrace. And I knew my connection to Mistra was gone in that moment. I felt it in my soul, as did my brothers and sisters, and all throughout the multiverse. There are some who cling to hope that they might return. They cling to the old ways and the old teachings, but the old ways and the old teachings are lessons for mortals to keep, and they will never die. In a way, the gods haven't either, as long as they live in the memories of those who serve them. But their presence has been transmuted. It has been changed. But not even deities are immune to that. You feel it in your soul that she is still here, and perhaps she is, in your mind, still guiding your hand. And that is a beautiful thing to think of. But reality is that It is your convictions that give you strength, Stroven, not Mistra. I hope I was some solace. I hope my
You are
recounting...
not soulless, but you did give me a clue where I could start my next search.
Who knows? Perhaps you will find something new to look forward to.
Indeed, which has been very enlightening. I thank you for your time. And with that, I'm gonna go return to my tent after I bow graciously to it.
Sure. Alrighty. So, it is 30 minutes past closing. We're going to go ahead and end the session there for the day and pick up next time with the continuation of your journey. Seeing as another member of the Black Circle has fallen, I say that that's a pretty decent milestone to give you another level. So y'all can do that in the meantime before next session. And we'll pick up from here next time.
I just realized I have to kill all the players. They know my character's secret goal.
Yes, the players, not their characters. As futile as that goal may be. Alrighty, I will see y'all next time we play. Bye-bye.